This section makes no sense.
I just don't get it. Miss SAKKIS is such a great teacher, but it doesn't make any sense to me.
You know what? I give up.
Me too.
Let's watch the TV.
All right. What?
Hello, welcome to Women of the World or WOW News. Today we bring to you a special news program on the topic of European women in the late 19th century.
We will have a variety of segments including interviews, live action, reports, statistics, and more. After hearing this exclusive broadcast, you'll be saying, wow.
Now before we begin this program, here's a quick overview on the conditions of women in the late 19th century.
Hello, I'm Jasmine Durragahi, and I have a PhD in the social sciences and behavioral analysis of women in the late 19th century Europe.
Hi, I'm Zubin.
From decades of research, my team and I have concluded that unfortunately, women at that time were still legally inferior to men. Slowly but surely, reforms soon followed. By 1882, Great Britain had passed the Women's Property Act, which allowed married women to own property in their own name. Other countries were not as progressive. By the 1900s in Germany, women were allowed to have jobs without their husband's permission. France followed last, with women gaining possession of wages in 1907.
Throughout the century, women had a severe disadvantage in education. There were a significant number of more illiterate women than men. Until the third quarter of the century, women remained excluded from the universities and higher education. Switzerland was the first to open its doors to women at the University of Zurich in the 1860s. Britain, France, and Austria were a bit slower, and Russia was last, allowing women into universities only by sometime in the 1914s.
That's terrible. Back to you, Abby and Wesley.
Up next is a first-hand account of the appalling working conditions of women.
Due to safety reasons, she would like to remain anonymous.
I would like to stay anonymous for safety conditions. I would like to talk about the working conditions of women and how they were horrible during this time period that I live in. We were always in positions less skilled than those of the male tailors or the middlemen who owned the workshops that we worked in. It was really hard. The employees preferred mostly young and unmarried women. Our responsibilities would not interfere with work, but when they were married, wages were regarded as a supplement to our husband's wages. We were never considered independent. Women were nearly always treated as casual workers everywhere in Europe. We didn't need a lot of skill, so we were easily replaced. The conditions in which we worked in were appalling. The sanitation was so unbelievably dirty, and disease was rampant throughout the workplace. We were constantly exposed to grave illnesses, and these conditions made life very difficult for us women in the workforce everywhere.
Breaking news! This just in. Our news team has reported that Emmeline Pankhurst, a strong advocate for women's rights, has been spotted protesting in front of Parliament at this very moment.
Our crew member, Sanjana Mali Reddy, is live at the scene reporting.
This is Sanjana Malreddy going in live in front of Parliament. In front of us, we have Emmeline Pankhurst and supporters rioting against the government. Let's go check it out. Hi, Emmeline. You're on national television right now. Yeah, we're from Women of the World, or WOW Network, and we wanted to ask you a couple questions. So, what are you advocating for today?
I want the vote to be extended to women.
Emmeline, I heard that you've started your own organization.
Yes, that's correct. With my daughters, Christabel and Sylvia, we founded the Women's Social and Political Union. We are trying to persuade the government to extend the vote to women.
Who are these people behind you? Let us vote!
These are my followers. They are known as suffragettes.
What type of followers do you have, Miss Pankhurst?
I lead a branch of radical feminists that are much more radical than that of Millicent Fawcett supporters.
Have you and your supporters been successful?
Unfortunately, no. For years, the government would not consider our demands. Because of that, we turned to violent tactics such as arson,
window breaking, and more.
I see.
Yes.
All right, that's enough. Miss Pankhurst, you're coming with me. You're hereby arrested for disorderly conduct on government property.
What? No! No! Don't take me away! No! No!
That seems to be the end of the commotion. Back to you guys, and hopefully we get an update soon.
Let's vote. We will now take a short commercial break.
Please stay tuned as we will return after this quick message. Are you lacking in style?
Yes.
Do your friends and family say that you have no fashion?
Yes.
Well, with our new products, you'll be turning heads and attracting many people by the second.
Yeah.
We present to you one of the finest products of the consumer age, the beautiful blue silk skirt and bonnet. Both the skirt and bonnet are made with top quality material and woven with care. This cute and stylish outfit is good for any type of leisure activity and family time. Imagine just how great you would look in this skirt and bonnet during leisure activities such as going biking, taking walks, eating at a cafe, going on boat rides, reading at a park, and more. You won't regret buying such a cute outfit. These products are now available at retail department stores near you. Come now, they're selling fast. Welcome back to Women of the World News. We are now on the topic of poverty and prostitution of women in the late 19th century.
Every major European city has thousands of prostitutes due to the economic conditions of women. This is especially the case in the growing cities of Great Britain, where we see a dramatic increase of prostitution.
Today, we bring to you an exclusive interview with a prostitute on the streets of London. We have today with us our street correspondent, Jasmine Dargai, bringing us a story of a young prostitute.
Hello, this is Jasmine Daragahi for WOW News. Today, I'm here on the streets of London bringing you an inside scoop of an everyday prostitute. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Zubina, and I am currently 22 years old.
Where are you from, Zubina?
I was born into a family of poorly educated and unskilled workers in the rural areas near London.
What job did you have until you turned to prostitution?
At first, I worked as a domestic servant in a farm, but then I moved to London. There, I worked in a factory, but the skill level required was low along with the wages. I was unable to make a living.
Sorry, Zubina. What led you to this interesting career choice?
Unfortunately, there are a high number of women looking for jobs and not enough jobs available.
What would you say about the wages you received from factory managers?
The wages were far too low and not comparable to the men's salary. Also, the conditions in the factory were terrible, with a lot of women crowded into one area, and it was extremely filthy.
Did you enjoy this line of work very much?
No, not at all. But I have to support myself in some way. Until I can find a husband or secure a job, prostitution will probably likely remain as my occupation.
All right, that's all for the interview. Thank you for your time, Zubina. Back to you, Wesley and Abby.
Thank you, Jasmine, for that lovely interview. On that note, we'd like to conclude this special news broadcast on European women in the late 19th century.
We hope you enjoyed today's news program and learned new things.
I'm Wesley.
And I'm Abby.
And this is Women of the World News. Goodbye and see you next time on WOW News.
And remember to have a wow day.
Wow, that was so informative.
Yeah, really, thank you, WOW News. I actually understand this.
I can actually do the homework now, guys. Let's get on with it.
Yay!
Yay!